So this is my 382 reflection. What are my top three takeaways from your own or peers teaching? I said make the activities fun or use music to keep students entertained and engaged. Uh, I really noticed that helped a lot throughout everyone's lessons. When it was quiet, there was like no energy, but if there was good music, like hip hop music, then they were really into it and they're participating a lot more. I also said don't get caught up in having a perfect lesson plan. A lot of times at Cortland, we try to follow the Cortland lesson plan, and we're almost like a robot. We're going through our instant activity and then our introduction, making sure we're hitting all of our parts of the introduction, like the hook, the safety statement, our objectives. Then we go to test one, test two, test three, and so on. Um, I find a lot of times it doesn't really work like that because you can make the same lesson plan and it can go great with one group and horrible for another. So you got to learn to like adapt and switch things up if it's not working. So don't try to have the perfect lesson plan. And use visual aids that are descriptive and like tell you how to do the exercise or activity you're performing. That way, if they get to the station, they can just read that instead of you having to like stop class and go and describe that whole group. A lot of times they'll forget or might not be paying attention, and then they can just read that and figure it out on their own. So yeah, that'll make me a better teacher. I'm gonna use all of them when I go to student teach or and hopefully become my own physical educator. Um, so it'll help me know how to keep students entertained and how to demonstrate better, and how to adapt better. So three things that I could improve on my own teaching. I said be more enthusiastic, so have more energy. Um, Maybe a little louder as well. Form relationships with the students, get to know them better. That way, it's not just a teacher-student relationship. You know a little bit about each other, so you can relate to them more. Know like their favorite movies or their favorite sports teams. Make some lessons centered around that. And I said be more confident when I teach. So really, like I guess more, that kind of I just meant more. Be like louder. Really speak from my chest more and like make sure I'm just talking loudly and proudly. How I'll improve that? I think it'll improve once I get more experience with teaching. It's kind of hard with doing it in like 382. It was kind of difficult because I didn't really know the students we were teaching, and we only taught them like once every 2 weeks or so. So I think it'll improve a lot, and I'll get a lot more comfortable when I'm student teaching or my own teacher. Um, and I'm with the students every day or every other day, every 4 days, I guess, depending on what school it's at. But I'll see them a lot more and I'll have a lot more time with them and can talk to them a lot more. What is one thing you learned from this class and you will use in your student teaching? Uh, it goes back to the two things we just talked about. That music's really important. You never really think about that. I never really realized how much music can motivate students and engage students. Um, so I'll be doing that in the future. I'll make sure I have a variety of playlists on my phone. So, like if we're doing like a yoga lesson, it's like some softer, quieter music. Or if it's an activity where we're gonna be upbeat and like fast, then do some more upbeat music, like hip hop music. And then if it's just something like badminton, like a leisure game, maybe just like some casual music, like country music or something like that. Just music to match the energy that I expect of the students, depending on the activity I'm doing. Um, let's see. What else did you learn regarding teaching fitness? Again, music. It helps a lot. It's really hard to do a fitness activity without having music. I learned that in aquatics. I first noticed that because I had water aerobics and we didn't have any music, and it was just kind of like running back and forth through the pool and doing like aerobic exercises, and there's no music and it was just quiet, and it was not really good. And everyone's at different fitness levels. So some students are a lot more fit than others are. Some people might struggle more. So you got to find either a balance so that people are getting equally challenged, I guess, but that's kind of hard to do, especially in high school when there's a big variety of people. At Cortland, everyone's kind of the same fitness level, but in a public high school, it's not that way. So I'd say give students options to be able to push themselves a little bit harder, or give them options to make it a little easier on them. That way, the people at the higher fitness levels aren't getting bored, but the people at the lower fitness levels, they're not getting worked too hard and becoming really stressed out and hating it. So just got to accommodate for both, I guess. How will this impact my future teaching? Like I said, I'll give more challenging or easier tasks that students can choose to do. I'm not gonna say to a student, hey, you need to challenge yourself more, or hey, you should do the easier version. I'd leave that up to them, whatever they feel most comfortable doing. And that is my packet.